You've been eating foods your whole life thinking they were fine. Your doctor never told you they were destroying your blood sugar. Your nutritionist recommended some of them. The government food pyramid promoted them. But the science is clear. These 10 foods are silently spiking your glucose, overloading your pancreas, and accelerating prediabetes into type 2 diabetes. Here's the thing. You didn't know. That's not your fault. You are following mainstream nutrition advice that's based on outdated science and food industry lobbying. But now you know. In the next 11 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly which foods are destroying your blood sugar, why they're so problematic, and most importantly, what to replace them with so you can actually reverse your prediabetes. This isn't about deprivation, it's about smart substitution, this glycemic bomb. Let's start with the most obvious culprit, white bread and refined grains. Your body treats white bread almost identically to eating pure sugar. Here's why. White bread is stripped of its fiber and bran. What's left is refined carbohydrates, basically starch. Your digestive system breaks this starch down into glucose very quickly. When you eat 2 slices of white bread, minute 15, blood sugar spikes rapidly, often hitting 160, 180 mg/dl if you have insulin resistance. Minute 30, pancreas releases massive insulin surge. Minute 60, blood sugar crashes below where it started. Minute 90, 120, energy crash, cravings return. This spike crash cycle is devastating for prediabetes. A 2015 study in nutrition and metabolism tracked people who switched from white bread to whole grain bread. Post-meal glucose spikes reduced by 40–50% just from this one change. But here's the thing. Even whole wheat bread isn't ideal. It still spikes blood sugar significantly, just less than white bread. The better alternatives. Sprouted grain bread, lower glycemic impact due to sprouting process. Sourdough bread, fermentation reduces glycemic load. Low-carb bread, made with almond flour, coconut flour. Lettuce wraps, for sandwiches, zero glucose impact. Vegetable-based wraps, made from spinach, cauliflower. Real-world swap. Instead of breakfast sandwich on white bread. Eat eggs plus avocado plus salsa on a lettuce wrap. Same satisfaction, 80% less glucose spike. For pasta-like cravings, try zucchini noodles or chickpea pasta. Higher protein, way lower glycemic impact. The starch trap. White rice is one of the worst offenders for blood sugar. A single cup of cooked white rice contains about 45 grams of carbohydrates, mostly simple starch. Your body absorbs this incredibly quickly. Glycemic index of white rice, 73. Anything over 70 is considered high glycemic. What happens? You eat rice with lunch. 30 minutes later, massive blood sugar spike. Your pancreas panics and releases insulin. Your cells absorb the glucose. Blood sugar crashes. 3 hours later, you're hungry again, craving sugar. This repeats 2–3 times daily for most people. Your pancreas is exhausted. A 2019 meta-analysis in diabetes care reviewed 45 studies on rice consumption and diabetes risk. Finding: people eating white rice 5+ times per week had 20% higher diabetes risk compared to those eating it 1–2 times per week. That's not correlation, that's causation. The better alternatives. Cauliflower rice, 1/4 the carbs, 0 blood sugar impact. Broccoli rice, similar to cauliflower, more nutrients. Quinoa, complete protein, lower glycemic load. Brown rice, in small portions, better than white but still problematic. Legumes, beans, lentils, high fiber, high protein, low glycemic impact. Real-world swap. Instead of white rice as half your plate, eat half plate vegetables, plus 1/4 plate legumes, plus 1/4 plate protein. Same fullness, dramatically better blood sugar. Pro tip: if you must eat rice, eat it with protein and fat. Eating rice plus chicken plus olive oil slows glucose absorption significantly compared to rice alone. The obvious enemy. This one seems obvious, but I want to explain why sugar is so destructive. When you eat candy or sweets, you're consuming pure sucrose, a disaccharide broken down instantly into glucose and fructose. Your blood sugar doesn't gradually rise, it spikes vertically. A single candy bar can spike blood glucose 100+ mg/dl in 20 minutes if you have insulin resistance. Your pancreas has to release massive insulin to handle this. Your cells are overwhelmed. Insulin resistance gets worse. Plus, sugar triggers dopamine release in your brain, the same pathway as addictive drugs. This is why sugar cravings are so hard to break. A 2017 study in JAMA found that people consuming just 25% of calories from added sugar had 2.6x higher risk of dying from cardiovascular disease. Heart disease directly tied to blood sugar dysregulation. The better alternatives: berries, low glycemic, high fiber, high antioxidants. Dark chocolate, 70% plus cacao, small portion. Nuts, satisfies sweet cravings, no glucose spike. Sugar-free options: erythritol, monk fruit, zero glycemic impact. Whole fruit fiber blunts glucose absorption. Important note: avoid artificial sweeteners, aspartame, sucralose, if possible. They may not spike glucose directly, but research suggests they damage gut bacteria and insulin sensitivity. Real-world swap. Instead of candy bar, 50g sugar, massive spike, eat handful of almonds, plus 5 dark chocolate chips, satisfy craving, minimal glucose impact. The key? Satisfy the craving sensation, not its sugar content. The liquid deceiver. This one trips people up because they think juice is healthy. Orange juice, apple juice, natural smoothies, sports drinks. All of them are liquid glucose bombs. A single glass of orange juice contains about 26 grams of sugar. That's more sugar than a can of soda. The only difference, soda has more sugar. Here's the deception. Juice is made from fruit, so people think it's healthy. But juice is fruit with all the fiber removed. Without fiber, glucose absorption is instant. Compare. 1 whole orange, 12g sugar plus 3g fiber, slower absorption, less glucose spike. 1 glass orange juice, 26g sugar plus 0g fiber, pours instant spike, massive glucose impact. A 2015 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people consuming just one sugary beverage daily had 26% increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes. 1 drink per day. Over 5–10 years, it progresses you from pre-diabetes to full diabetes. The better alternatives: water, best option, 0 calories, 0 glucose. Herbal tea, green tea, chamomile, 0 glucose. Coffee, black, no sugar, can improve insulin sensitivity. Sparkling water, carbonated but 0 glucose. Whole fruit, if you want fruit, eat the whole fruit for the fiber. Real-world swap. Instead of glass of juice with breakfast, eat whole orange plus cup of green tea. Same morning ritual, vastly different glucose impact. This single swap can improve your HbA1c by 0.3–0.5% within 3 months. That's significant. The misleading label. Here's the dirty secret of the low-fat diet craze. When food manufacturers remove fat, food tastes worse. So what do? They add sugar to compensate. Low-fat yogurt, loaded with added sugar. Low-fat salad dressing, loaded with added sugar. Low-fat granola, loaded with added sugar and seed oils. These products are worse for blood sugar than their full-fat counterparts. A 2016 study in Nutrition Reviews compared full-fat versus low-fat yogurt. Full-fat yogurt? Minimal glucose impact. Fat slows digestion. Low-fat yogurt? Spiked blood sugar 40% more due to added sugar. Yet low-fat yogurt is marketed as healthier. The low-fat diet craze was based on flawed science from the 1980s. Modern research shows dietary fat doesn't make you fat. Carbohydrates, especially refined carbs and sugar, make you fat and dysregulate blood sugar. The better alternatives: full-fat Greek yogurt, high protein, minimal glucose impact, satisfying. Full-fat olive oil dressing, make your own, olive oil plus vinegar plus herbs. Full-fat cheese, high fat satisfies, minimal glucose. Whole milk, fiber plus fat, slow glucose absorption compared to skim. Coconut products, full fat, satisfying, stabilizes blood sugar. Read the label. If a product says low fat or fat-free, flip it over and check sugar content. Guaranteed it's higher than you expect. Real-world swap. Instead of low-fat yogurt with added granola, eat full-fat Greek yogurt, plus handful of almonds, plus berries. Triple the fat, half the sugar, way more satisfying, better blood sugar control. The inflammatory trap. Seed oils, soybean oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, aren't directly destroying blood sugar, but they're destroying your insulin sensitivity. Here's how. Seed oils are high in omega-6 polyunsaturated fats. In excess, these promote inflammation. From videos 1 and 2, you know, inflammation blocks insulin sensitivity. Inflammation makes your cells resistant to insulin signals. So you eat foods fried in seed oil, inflammation increases, insulin resistance worsens, blood sugar spikes more dramatically. Additionally, seed oils contain oxidized compounds from processing that directly damage mitochondria and reduce glucose metabolism efficiency. A 2017 study in Nutrition Reviews found that people consuming high seed oil diets had 15 to 20% worse insulin sensitivity compared to olive oil diets. Same total calories, same macronutrients, different oils, different metabolic outcomes. Processed foods almost universally use seed oils. Ultra-processed snacks, fried foods, most restaurant food, all cooked in seed oils. The better alternatives. Olive oil, high in antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, improves insulin sensitivity. Coconut oil, saturated fat, stable at high heat. Grass-fed butter, high in butyrate, gut health benefits. Avocado oil, high smoke point, good for cooking. Cook at home, best way to control oils. Real-world swap. Instead of restaurant fried food, unknown seed oil, eat home-cooked food in olive oil or coconut oil. This single change can improve insulin sensitivity and reduce inflammation significantly. Bonus, home-cooked food is cheaper.
The marketed deception. Breakfast cereals are marketed as whole grain, low sugar, part of a balanced breakfast. Most are garbage for blood sugar. Even healthy cereals, Cheerios, Raisin Bran granola, contain 10-15 g sugar per serving, plus refined carbs. Glycemic index 70-90, very high. A bowl of cereal for breakfast, massive blood sugar spike, insulin surge, energy crash by 10 a.m., cravings for more carbs. This single meal perpetuates the blood sugar dysregulation cycle. A 2012 study in American Journal of Clinical Nutrition tracked breakfast choices. People eating cereal for breakfast had worse blood sugar control throughout the day compared to those eating protein-based breakfasts. One meal sets the tone for your entire day's glucose regulation. The better alternatives. Eggs, high protein, zero glucose, high satiation. Greek yogurt plus berries, protein plus fiber, minimal glucose. Smoked salmon plus avocado. Healthy fats, protein, zero glucose. Oats with cinnamon, soluble fiber slows glucose absorption. Protein smoothie. Protein plus berries plus spinach, no added sugar. Real-world swap. Instead of cereal with milk, eat scrambled eggs plus vegetables plus whole grain toast. Takes 10 minutes, way better blood sugar control. More satisfying, lasts longer. Morning meal is critical. Set yourself up for success with protein. The starch overload. Potatoes aren't inherently bad, but processed potatoes, instant mashed, French fries, potato chips are terrible for blood sugar. Here's why. Processing breaks down cell structure, making starches super accessible to your digestive system. Glycemic index of French fries, 75-95, very high. Glycemic index of baked potato, 70-85, high. Glycemic index of boiled potato, 58, moderate but still significant. A single large order of French fries can spike blood glucose 100 plus mg/dl in someone with insulin resistance. Additionally, fried potatoes are cooked in seed oil, combining both the starch problem and the inflammatory seed oil problem. A 2015 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people eating fried potatoes 2+ times per week had 19% increased risk of type 2 diabetes compared to those eating them rarely. Fries are a skip food for pre-diabetes management. The better alternatives. Boiled potatoes, small portions, lower glycemic impact than fries but still moderate. Sweet potatoes, small portions, fiber helps, slightly lower glycemic. Zucchini fries, zero glucose, zero refined carbs, satisfying texture. Cauliflower roasted, zero glucose, high volume, very filling. Brussels sprouts roasted, high fiber, satisfying, zero glucose. Real-world swap. Instead of French fries with lunch, eat roasted cauliflower or zucchini fries. Make your own in olive oil. Similar texture, craving satisfied, zero glucose impact.
The athlete's trap. Sports drinks and energy drinks are marketed as performance enhancers. For someone with normal blood sugar regulation, a sports drink during intense exercise might be okay, glucose for energy. For someone with prediabetes, they're metabolic disasters. A single Gatorade contains 34 g sugar. An energy drink contains 40 to 60 ghrelin sugar, plus caffeine, which can spike cortisol, further dysregulating blood sugar. These drinks are the worst choices for blood sugar control. A 2013 study in Circulation found that consuming just 1 to 2 sugary beverages daily increased heart disease risk by 35% and diabetes risk by 26%. That's not correlation. That's solid epidemiological evidence. If you exercise, you need hydration, but water is the answer. If you need electrolytes after intense sweating, choose low-sugar options. The better alternatives. Water, always the best choice. Coconut water, some natural electrolytes, much lower sugar than sports drinks. Electrolyte tablets, 0 sugar, all electrolytes. Black coffee, caffeine without sugar, can improve fat burning. Herbal tea, hydration, 0 glucose. Real-world swap. Instead of sports drink after workout, drink water, plus electrolyte tablet, 0 sugar, same hydration benefit. Same performance benefit, 0 glucose impact? The sneaky problem. Here's the final culprit: artificial sweeteners and diet foods. Diet soda has 0 sugar. But research increasingly shows artificial sweeteners might be worse than sugar for blood sugar regulation. How? Artificial sweeteners, aspartame, sucralose, saccharin, may damage gut bacteria, alter your microbiome in ways that increase blood sugar dysregulation, trick your body. Sweet taste without calories confuses your metabolic signaling. Increase cravings. Some research shows sweetened foods, artificial or sugar, increase cravings for more sweet foods. A 2022 meta-analysis in The Lancet reviewed 56 studies on artificial sweeteners. Consistent finding: people consuming artificial sweeteners had worse metabolic outcomes than people consuming sugar or no sweeteners at all. This is a controversial topic, but the evidence suggests artificial sweeteners aren't the free pass we thought they were. The better alternatives. Plain water, best option, retrain your palate. Herbal tea, naturally sweet when steeped, 0 glucose. Natural sweeteners in moderation. Stevia, monk fruit, truly 0 glycemic impact. Sparkling water, carbonated, 0 anything, just water plus bubbles. Black coffee, no sweetener, can improve insulin sensitivity. Real-world swap. Instead of diet soda multiple times daily. Drink sparkling water plus 1 herbal tea daily. This trains your taste buds back to normal. Within 3 to 4 weeks, unsweetened foods taste normal again. Within 2 to 3 months, previously normal sweets taste too sweet. Your palate resets. Practical implementation. Okay, so you know what not to eat. But how do you actually transition? Don't go cold turkey. That's a recipe for failure. Week 1, cut out 1 category. Example: eliminate juice and sugary drinks. Replace with water plus herbal tea. Week 2, add another swap. Example: switch breakfast from cereal to eggs. Week 3, continue adding. Example: replace white bread with alternatives. Week 4, most problematic foods eliminated. This gradual approach works because your taste buds adjust gradually. You don't feel deprived. You identify which swaps you like best. Habits form without forcing. Within 4 weeks, you'll have eliminated 80% of blood sugar-destroying foods. Your glucose control will improve noticeably. Key principle: replace, don't restrict. Don't think I can't eat bread. Think I'm eating cauliflower rice instead. This mindset shift is critical. It's not deprivation. It's smart substitution for better health. Shopping tip: shop the perimeter of the grocery store. Produce section: vegetables, fruits. Meat protein section: fish, chicken, eggs. Dairy section: full-fat yogurt, cheese. Avoid the center aisles: processed, packaged foods. 90% of the damage comes from center aisle foods. Empowerment. Here's what I want you to understand. You didn't know these foods were destroying your blood sugar. You were following mainstream nutrition advice. That's not your fault. But now you know. These 10 foods are silently progressing you from pre-diabetes to full diabetes. But you can stop this. You can reverse it. A single food swap can reduce your post-meal glucose spike by 30–40%. Multiple swaps? You're looking at 50–70% reduction. Within 12 weeks of eliminating these 10 foods, your HbA1c can improve by 0.5–1.5%. That can move you from pre-diabetes back into normal range. This is within your control. No prescriptions needed, no expensive treatments, just food choices. Better choices. Start with one swap this week. Next week, add another. Build momentum. Your blood sugar will thank you. Your pancreas will thank you. Your kidneys will thank you. Your heart will thank you. Let's reverse pre-diabetes, one food choice at a time, next week. The foods that heal your blood sugar. We've covered what to avoid. Now let's cover what to embrace. Subscribe so you don't